John Means is going to the IL. Do you want to touch on that for a second here, Rock?
Yeah, he's going to head to the IL with a left forearm strain. You could tell something was up with him yesterday in that start. Even before he kind of left, it was just something was off, and they were talking about it on the broadcast. Like his velo was down in that game as well. And after the game, Hyde had said he's got the elbow discomfort. Turns out it ends up being a left forearm strain. He's headed to the 15-day IL. And the O's have recalled Jonathan Heasley from AAA. So that's the move they make to put John Means down.
Yeah, and I guarantee you, I guarantee you, it's nothing against with anything, but if this injury was a week earlier, I don't think Bauman's going to Seattle, and that's kind of the reality of the situation. But this is what's the wait and see now with John Means as we sit and await how long he's going to be out. But when you're talking about an elbow, and we already saw with Tyler Wells, no timetable there, you just feel for him. And a guy that's just a good dude, man, really good dude. And it kills me to have him deal with that. And guys, if you're new to the channel, hit that like and subscribe button. This is our recurring guest, Rocco DeSangro, but this is the Ryan Ripken Show that we do every Monday, Thursday, Sunday, audio as well. But we love having you here on YouTube. And I think we're about ready. Are we ready?
Yeah.
All right. So our guest, and for those that saw him, he was lurking in the back. He wasn't sure if he wanted to join us. He heard Rocco was possibly popping on. You guys definitely hear him, whether it's on the radio waves, whether it's on TV, or he'll be active on social media, but then he might at times hop off when things get crazy like I do. But that is Mr. Brett Hollander, also a Gilman alumni. Brett, how we doing?
Thank you. Hell of a setup you guys have here.
Yeah,
I am impressed.
We're working on it. We're working on
man.
it. You got to come back when we have the setup and the bar set up in there. We put the TVs up. Imagine football season's going to be.
Invite me for the after hours podcast
yeah.
for that.
Yeah.
That's what I'm going
dark.
for. Maybe a primetime Ravens game on the road, and we're here.
Oh,
Yeah.
hell yeah.
Oh, this thing's
Just
great.
a watch viewing party. Yeah.
This thing is great.
I'm down.
We're definitely going to have that. Well, hey, since we have you in here right now with the news that's going on with John Means, it's a bummer. Again, and you've spent so much time around the organization. Just talk on. John is so loved within the organization. He's one of the guys that was before came with the previous when he was brought in, I guess, at the time with Duquette in that front office and earned his spot. Was helping the Orioles through those really tough times, through the no-hitter, obviously, but it's been a struggle for him to get back.
Yeah, he was the best pitcher in that 2019 team. That was Mike Elias and Brandon Hyde's first year running things, and I feel sick for him, guys. I mean, he's worked so hard to get back, and it's been so tantalizing when you see the start he had last year in Cleveland in such a big spot, and then a few weeks ago against the Reds, which was just so dominant.
Yep.
I'm not going to speculate, obviously, on the injury, but fingers crossed this is just a hiccup. But it feels like it's a step forward and then really two steps back for John trying to get well. But you feel sick about it because he wants to be a part of this thing so badly.
Yeah.
And there always seems to be this lurking injury in the background, kind of like how I was lurking back there before I came on the set here.
Yeah, I mean, you did a great job, by the way. And again, our viewers who are watching, this is why we want you to watch live. You never know what you're going to see. Usually we've had Kevin sneak up behind me.
Yeah.
Brett.
Yeah.
It's terrifying, even with him standing at 5'4".
I get it.
Yeah, it's tough. But in all honesty, we'll open up that conversation here. And I know you'd be in agreement with it, but this is the ups and downs of the season. Injuries are going to happen here. So far, to start off spring training, it wasn't on people's bingo card that Kyle Bradish was going to be coming off the IL to start the year. Same with John Means. Moves happen, injuries happen. Tyler Wells goes down. But it does seem like if there was a position that the Orioles actually have quite a bit of depth in, I think it is starting pitching.
I think there's no doubt about that, Ryan. And I think that's the silver lining here right now. Now, we know that's still very fragile. That's just the nature of starting pitching and pitching in general right now in baseball. But they were trying to make a six-man rotation work a few days ago, which I really think would have been very hard to navigate, particularly because, and we get it about these guys being mostly creatures of habit, but Corbin Burns wants to pitch every fifth day. So to work a six-man rotation in, and would Dean Kramer and Grayson and Bradish be going every seventh or eighth day, how would it work?
Mm-hmm.
And I think it would have been really hard to figure out. Now, it can go away, this so-called depth, very quickly. It's almost, you say it with a half a smirk, because we know how fragile it all is. But that is one area where I feel the team has their most depth right now. I imagine in the near term, you'll pencil Cole Irvin or Albert Suarez back in the rotation. We'll see how they want to play that. At least in the near term, we'll see how long this injury is for John. You also have Cade Povich. I just looked it up. His ERA is about 2 right now in AAA. He's been outstanding, a whip of just over 1. And then there's always the possibility of going to get someone. So we'll see. But if I look at this roster right now and holes and weaknesses, starting pitching, even with this very unfortunate injury to John, is not at the top of my list right now.
Yeah, well, and that's the thing of it's a bummer of what the situation is, but it's not the end all. And this is just how it is. Even when the Orioles lost Felix Bautista last year, that was a gut punch, but you got to keep moving. And the team kept moving. They won the AL East, right? And then obviously we know what happens in the playoffs. Wiped that from people's memory.